Hello, and welcome to episode 437 of Prog Review. And today I'm talking about Archive. You all look the same to me? Oh yeah. This was gifted by Peleg Zutok. Probably got his surname wrong, but I'm ever so sorry. And yeah, we had Cardiacs yesterday. We had Archive today. Two bands I'm not familiar with. This is different. Yeah, I mean, I think it's about their third or fourth studio album, according to Wikipedia. And it's a long one. I always feel like I'm repeating myself. It's an hour and 7 minutes, I believe, which is a great shame. There are a couple of 15-minute tracks on here. They're not too bad. Because they use a lot of repetitive beats. Yes, they fuse trip hop and certain rhythms that progressive rock fans probably wouldn't enjoy. I like a bit of dance music, me. You know. Yeah, oh yeah. I like a bit of Underworld. You know that, and the Chemical Brothers and that and people like that. Prodigy, big fan. So yeah, I don't find that at all unappealing. And so listening to this, it was an interesting record. This was released back in 2002, and my big thing, I don't know if it's really a complaint really, but it just kept niggling me, is the lead singer and some of the atmospherics on this. I thought, poor man's Radiohead. That was that's probably, I don't know if that's a lazy way of reviewing it, but it did sound a bit like they were channeling Radiohead. And yeah, like I say, the first track is 16 minutes long, and it does kind of, not that it goes on, because the good thing about them is they do try. Whereas the Cardiacs is just all the same kind of nonsense, they do try and do different atmospheres and slow things down and just speed them up, and it's like that. So it kept my interest. So again, even though it was 16 minutes long, it didn't feel like it was that, because it actually felt like there were 2 or 3 songs kind of running in there. And yeah, I actually, for my sins, I didn't find it too objectionable. The only thing is the length. And again, when we get to the track Finding It So Hard, which is again another 15 minutes, you think, some of this stuff could have been left off. And I think that one, I don't know, I didn't get on. Oh, this is the problem, because they're not bad songs, and I didn't find them bad songs. I just think there's always just too much of it, which makes, for me, a bit of a slog, especially when you've got, I say 2 15-minute songs on here. But I do like the fact that they do mix it up a bit, and they do try different things. The last track, Need, 2 minutes 27. See what I mean? They have these really nice short songs, and then they have these really long songs, a bit like Genesis in that respect. But Need is an acoustic, kind of really genteel acoustic number, and it's completely different. Not sure if it really rounds off the album well, because the album kind of dies with a whimper. But again, it's sufficiently, in terms of texture, different to what I've heard before. And I did enjoy the varied beats. I do like beats. I do like repetitive beats. Don't you? Don't you? Just me? But yeah, I don't know. It's not the greatest album in the world, but they've tried again. They're trying to fuse kind of dance music with almost space rock, because I did get a sense there was almost like there was a bit of Floyd in there, a bit of Floyd with the I think they're coming to get me. I don't know if you picked that up on the. But yeah, I got the sense there was a bit of Floyd in there, and I wouldn't go so far as saying Hawkwind, but there's definitely a space put my teeth in. There was definitely a space rock influence. Again, they're fusing different kinds of music together. I don't know. I think you've kind of. I mean, again, your average. I don't know if your average prog rocker is going to like this, to be quite honest, because it's once they start hearing the electronic side of things. Once you get into the beats and the keyboards and the electronica, it might turn them off. Unless you've come from the krautrock side of things. Again, there's a it touches on that as well. Yes, I mean, it's a curious one. It's a curious one. It's not that I didn't like it. I like bits of it, but too long. That sounds about. I think that's a fair summation of it. And I again afterwards went off and looked at their Wikipedia page, and it seems like there's been various incarnations of this band. So I don't know if this was like their peak. I have memories of, because their first album was called Londinium, and that was back in 95, 96, and I do have memories of that being around. But again, it's that thing of, have I heard it or haven't I? It was a long time ago, but I do remember the title. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. And again, if you like Radiohead, I think you might actually enjoy this, because the lead singer, I'm not saying he's up there with Tom York, but you do hear some echoes there. There's a similar phrasing, if you know what I mean. So yeah, if you've got an open mind and you like repetitive beats, and if you can imagine they're like Radiohead, but not as adventurous. We know where Radiohead went into like kind of that electronic area, and they went really left. Well, imagine they're like that, but they didn't quite go as left. That's what it's like. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it was. Yeah, the only thing is it's too long. There's a good album in here, or a better album in here, but it's just too long. So, terms of a rating. I'm going to give this a decent 3 fulls out of 5. Yes, 3 fulls out of 5. So yeah, it might be, if you like that kind of style of music, it might be worth you checking it out. I'm sure there's stuff on the old YouTube that you can sample before you take the plunge. So yeah, again, thanks Peleg for sending this my way. It was interesting listen. Interesting. I do like. Again, it's the same with the Cardiac. Cardiacs was interesting. I was just a bit worn down by it. I don't really think that I had a mental breakdown. Some people think I did, but no, this was it was cool. It was cool. Yeah, it was a cool one. So yeah, so my name's Darren. I've been talking about Archive with You All Look the Same to Me, and it's got a very distinctive sleeve. And yeah, and again, thanks again for Peleg to gift this, because otherwise this would never have happened. This review would never have happened, and we'd never be talking about this. So that's good. That's good. It's good to talk about different things. So that's that. Right, I think I'm done. My name's been Darren Rock. There's only one more thing to say, and you know what that is, and that is prog on.